interest on drawing offers certain peculiar problems because the drawings might have been made in a different manner by each partner. Like for example, in some cases the partners might have withdrawn but the time period is not given in the question. The partners might have agreed to make certain regular drawings like monthly drawings, quarterly drawings or bi-monthly drawings depending upon their agreement. Then furthermore you can have irregular drawings. Irregular means in terms of amount and period. Neither the amount is fixed nor the time period is specified or has been agreed to among the partners. That is, every partner is withdrawing amount as per his requirement without any specification for time period. So different cases warrant different kind of calculations. Let us come to the first case. The first case is when the drawings are given and the time period is not given. That is, the date on which the drawings have been made or the period for which the amount has been withdrawn, nothing is mentioned. So drawings are given and the time period is not given. In this case, a simple calculation has to be done for calculation of interest on drawings, but the time period should be taken as 6 months. Remember students, if time is not mentioned, then you will have to take it on average basis and you will have to calculate interest for 6 monthly period only. Let us consider this and understand it by taking an example. A and B are partners. A during the year has withdrawn rupees 50,000 and B has withdrawn rupees 30,000 for personal use. According to the partnership deed, interest on drawings is to be allowed at 10% per annum. And you are required to calculate interest on drawings. Now students, very clearly it can be seen that the amount of drawings is given, the rate of interest is given, but the time period is not mentioned here. So in this case, for A, interest would be amount, that is 50,000, into rate, which is 10%, into time period, which is not given here. So we will take it on average basis for 6 months, which comes to 2500. So interest on drawings for A during the year amount to rupees 2500. For B, interest would be calculated on amount of 30,000 at the rate of 10%. Again, time period for B is not given. So it will be calculated on 6 monthly basis and the amount would be 1500 rupees. So students, you can see clearly that in case the drawings are given but the time period is not mentioned, then the interest has to be calculated for 6 month period. In case, again I am specifying when the time period is not given. Now let us take an example extending this one further, that for B it was mentioned as that B has withdrawn for 9 months. For A nothing is mentioned. Since for A nothing is mentioned, for A this calculation is absolutely correct. We will assume it for 6 monthly basis. But for B now, you will have to take time period as 9 months because it is clearly specified that the drawings have been made for 9 month period. So the calculation would now be 30,000 into 10% into 9 by 12, which comes to 750 into 3 double to that is 2250 rupees. The second situation is when regular monthly drawings are made by the partners. So when monthly drawings are there, and remember they are regular, and by regular I mean the amount is fixed and the date of withdrawal is also fixed. So now students, there can be three situations. The first one being the partner is withdrawing a fixed amount every month in the beginning of the month. The second situation is the partner is withdrawing fixed amount every month at the end of every month. Then we can say that partner has withdrawn a fixed amount in the middle of every month. So these are three different situations. Now in case drawings are made in the beginning of each month. In this case, interest is charged for 6.5 months. Now students, when you average it out, it comes to 6.5 months. And when you convert it into years, it would be 13 by 24 years. Then the second situation is when the drawings are made at the end of each month. If the drawings are made at the end of each month, then the interest is charged for 5.5 months and it comes to 11 by 24 years. And the last situation is when the drawings are made in the middle of each month. Then in that case, interest is charged for 6 months, or that would be very clear, 6 by 12 years. Let us understand this particular case by taking example. Now in this example, what we are going to do is, we will take three partners A, B and C. A, B and C. A is withdrawing rupees 500 in the beginning of each month. B is withdrawing rupees 500 at the end of each month. And C is withdrawing rupees 500 in the middle of each month. Then interest is to be charged at, interest on drawings is to be charged at 6% per annum as per the partnership deed. Now let us come to the first case, that is for A. Remember students, A is withdrawing 500 in the beginning of each month. So total drawings for A would be 500 into 12, which is rupees 6,000. And for him, interest on drawings would be 6,000 into 6%. Since they were made in the beginning of each month, then it would be charged for 6.5 months. 6.5 means 13 by 24 years. How does 6.5 come into this figure? 6.5 is a mixed fraction, so convert that mixed fraction, that will become 13 by 2 months. And when converted into year, that will be divided by 12, it becomes 13 by 24 years. Okay students, so this is a method by which we have derived or converted 6.5 months into years. So multiplying all these values, we get 15 into 13, that is rupees 195 as interest on drawings for A. Now coming to B. Remember students, for B again, total drawings is 500 into 12 for 12 months. So the amount comes to 6,000. But interest on drawings would be 6,000 into 6% for time period would be based on the end case, because the drawings were made at the end of each month. So when the drawings are made at the end of each month, interest is charged for 5.5 months. So again, converting 5.5 into years is like 11 by 2 months and divided by 24 to get it into years. That makes it as 11 by 24 years. On calculating, this amount comes to rupees 165 for B. That means during this year, B will have to pay an interest on drawings of rupees 165. Coming to C. Now students, again, C has made a drawing of 500 in the middle of each month. So the total drawings are 500 into 12, that is 6,000. And interest in this case would be 6,000 into 6% into, since it was middle of each month, so for 6-month period, that is 6 by 12. You can convert this figure and the answer would be rupees 180. So now students, we can see that A, B and C are paying respective interests of 195, 165 and rupees 180 if they are making same amount of drawings, but one in the beginning, the other one at the end and the third one in the middle of each month.